Today in the battle arena, well, we've got Thanos' big bad, the big heavy hitter, Cull Obsidian, going up against Spider-Man's #1 villain, who's actually never encountered Spider-Man. It's Venom versus Cull Obsidian. So, who's coming out on top here? Who wins? Well, let's break it down. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel. This is DanCo. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, and turn on notifications. More videos like this one every week. Also, be sure to go follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, on all those platforms. Also, sign off in the comments for any future videos that you love to see. Now, let's get into the fight. Now, Venom 2 might not have been the best movie out there. I'm sorry to all you Venom truthers, but this is what I was thinking throughout the whole movie.
Loud noises!
That being said, though, Venom is still a fun character. He's still pretty interesting, so let's give him his due. But actually, first, let's give big ol' Cull Obsidian his due. And of course, I'm talking about strength. That's what the big guy is known for. So with Cull Obsidian, I mean, he's been able to overpower Iron Man, even in his fancy bleeding edge armor. One time, he even sent Iron Man literally flying a block over and through some buildings with just one hit. Remember, this is the same Iron Man that made Thanos bleed, that took attacks from Thanos. They even had a part of a moon dropped on top of him. So it's not like he was really weak. He did it again in Endgame too. Cole was even able to battle against both Iron Man and Spider-Man all at the same time. Managed to hold his own there as well. Then there was his fight against Hulkbuster. This is the big one. The thing that arguably makes Cull Obsidian up there with the other heavy hitters like Hulk, like Abomination, like guys like that. And there are basically two ways to look at it. One option, option A, is that it was Bruce who was operating the suit, not Tony. He clearly isn't too skilled at using it, and that's why Cole was able to fight against Hulkbuster and basically outfight him. All because of Bruce's lack of experience. That's option A. Option B, on the other hand, well, it's just that the suit was designed to fight against the Hulk. It doesn't matter who's operating it, because that doesn't change the fact that the suit itself is built to be strong enough to injure the Hulk, and tough enough to take attacks from the Hulk. Same guy who can do stuff like this. And yet Cole was able to catch Hulkbuster's arm, send Hulkbuster flying with a punch, even rip off one of Hulkbuster's arms. Now, to be fair, it's probably a bit of both. Because yeah, Cole was able to do so well in his fight against Hulkbuster because Bruce did not know what he was doing. But stopping an overhand attack from Hulkbuster, well, that's just pure strength right there. That's just God-given ability. That's just hitting the gym. But even with all that, I still don't think Cull Obsidian is like Hulk strong. And I still think Venom is strong enough to fight against him. The big guy is crushing cars just by running or jumping on them with what looks like just no effort on his part. He's able to easily take down all these SWAT guys. They were nothing compared to Venom. But that definitely doesn't put Venom on Cole's level, because I mean, technically, Cole's already done that and more. But it's really his fights with Riot and Carnage that do it for me. Both these guys are clearly stronger than Venom. I'm not going to argue that. But I think I can argue that with both Riot and Carnage, they've shown enough strength feats to put them on the same level as Cull Obsidian. But I think I can argue that with both Riot and Carnage, they've shown enough strength feats. They've shown enough to put them on the same level as Cull Obsidian. Or at the very least, just put them into that conversation. And yet, here's Venom, still fighting with him, still managing to get his hits in, and still beating both of them. And like he didn't beat them straight up with his strength, but still, he beat them. A win's a win. Plus, Cole has shown us that his strength is a little iffy. Well, maybe iffy's not the right word to use there. Cole has shown us that it's possible for Venom to get the upper hand over him with his strength. How about that? I mean, Korg and Drax were matching up against him. Venom can match that. Then Cap freaking laid him out with Mjolnir, so he's obviously got his limits. But I think the most damning thing for him here is just how he's matched up against Spider-Man. I mean, yeah, I still think Cull Obsidian is stronger than Pete. But Spider-Man did catch a hit from him to save Iron Man. Overpowered Cole again in order to save Tony. Bottom line, I think Venom can match up against him at least. Now, before we go any further, I want to remind y'all that I'm finally hopping the trends. I'm finally getting with the times. I probably should have done it a long time ago. I'm a terrible influencer, but we're hopping on TikTok. We're going to do TikTok exclusive videos. We're going to repurpose some old content for TikTok. It's going to be great. Like I said, exclusive videos on TikTok. It's going to be DanCo_YT. It's right down there. I'll write it in when I'm editing the video right there. If you have the DanCo username and you happen to come across this video, please let me know. I really want it. I really want it. So that'd be awesome if that actually happened. I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is. I'll pay you for it if you have it. Probably not going to happen. Anyways, we're now on TikTok. Go follow us down there. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook and all that, Twitter. And now back to the video. So moving on, what about durability? Well, if we're being honest, Cull Obsidian definitely has some low showings here. Not gonna lie there. He's actually been killed like 2 separate times, so he's up there with Vision for most deaths in the MCU. First time was when Bruce attached the Hulkbuster's arm to him, sent him flying off into the Wakandan force field, and that was a pretty rough way to go. Then the other time was when he was fighting Iron Man and Spider-Man, and Giant Man just freaking stepped on him. He's also lost his arm when my boy Wong closed a portal down around him, and even Black Panther's kinetic blast knocked him out. Like I said, he's got some low showings. However, I mean, to balance it out, he's taken punches to the face from both Iron Man and Hulkbuster. He's taken repulsor blast from Iron Man. So it's not like all bad. But that's just not the same as Venom. For starters, he's bulletproof. Like, all around, just completely bulletproof. Seriously, cannot stress that one enough. He's bulletproof. He's not going to get phased by bullets. On top of that, Venom's been battered away a couple hundred feet. Hit again, and then launch back. Another couple hundred feet. Took it all. They took all sorts of attacks from Carnage, was just thrown in trash and just had the absolute piss beat out of him by that guy. And that's not even mentioning his healing factor. See here, perfect example, where he was stabbed all over and lived. Or here, where he healed from this crash. Or here, where he healed from this. Or what about the time when Carnage stabbed him like 30, 40, 50 times and Venom kept on fighting? He's got a pretty nice healing factor. He's also like not necessarily weak to his weaknesses. Now, I'm not going to sit here and argue that, oh, Cull Obsidian's going to beat Venom because he's going to use fire and sonics against him. Honestly, don't think Cull Obsidian is smart enough to figure that out. I think he's just going to punch stuff. But if he does, well, Venom took point-blank flash grenades, all being peppered with bullets all over the place. Didn't even act like he was phased. And even though it was pretty clear that Riot was more powerful than Venom, Venom was still the one who survived that massive fireball explosion that killed Riot. Venom's also definitely the faster and more agile one out of the two. That's not even a question. He caught a freaking grenade in his mouth before. Then to top it all off, he can shoot out all these tendrils from all over his body all the time. He's able to soak up bullets so it protects Eddie. He's been able to do stuff like create parachutes. Even a little head pops out sometimes to talk with Eddie. So, end of the day, who's coming out on top here? Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not gonna front. When I first came up with this idea, I thought for sure Cull Obsidian would stomp Venom. Just annihilate the guy. But now that I look at it more, I don't actually think it would play out that way. You can argue that Cole is this high tier villain because of how he laid out Iron Man or fought with Hulkbuster. But like everything else seems to go against this, being laid out by Black Panther, Spider-Man matching up against him, Cap laying him out, Giant Man killing him, Korg and Drax fighting with him. I'm not saying it'd be easy, but Venom definitely does have a history of punching above his weight class, of taking down guys that he technically shouldn't, like Riot and like Carnage. He's tough enough to hang in there with Cull Obsidian. He's way faster and more agile, and I think he could eventually take him down. Yeah, that's where I'm planting my flag. Cull Obsidian's gonna lose, Venom's gonna win. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. To sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and finally hit that like and subscribe button right here for more videos like this one every single week. And I'll see y'all next time.